episode 3. Today's podcast is still going to be a little bit about me. So for a few of them, they're going to be about me so you guys can get to know me a little bit more. I'm going to explain how smoking almost ruined my life and why I take it more serious. You know, I don't go overboard on smoking anymore. And I'll explain why. Sorry, it's your hit. Here you go. Go ahead, hit that. Alright. You good? Alright. Anyways, so yes, since I am visually impaired, that's what the title is. Well, technically no, it's legally blind. I didn't know there was a form of illegally blind, but you know, hey, whatever floats the government's boat. But anyways, yeah, I'm visually impaired. So I get SSI, Social Security income. I'm not gonna tell you guys how much. Okay, I'm not that stupid. All right, it's not much anyway, so it's not like, oh hey, you got a lot of money. No, not really. Anyways, it's barely enough to pay bills. That's for sure. Anyways, oops, sorry. Kind of burped. But anyway, so this was a while back. This was a good... Okay, so I graduated 2016. And just so you guys know, I didn't smoke or drink during high school because I wanted to be the goody two shoes, and plus I never really got interested in it. So I mean, I was around, you know, good people, so they kept my head on straight. And I really wish I stayed in contact with those people because the whole situation could have been avoided. Yeah, sorry, these mosquitoes are like, I have to keep it moving because these mosquitoes, man, in Florida, oh man, they be trying to land on you while you're walking and suck your blood while you're walking. Anyways, so right after high school, so around 2016, just shortly after I graduated, right in the summertime, I started getting into weed, like heavy, like more than necessary, more than my eyes needed it. I'm talking about, like, I was smoking at least about 3 grams a day to about 3 to 5 grams a day. Okay, that's expensive, man. Very, very expensive. It got to the point where, okay, so at this time, I wasn't even paying any rent with my SSI. I mean, I kind of was. I was giving my parents like 100 or so. You know what I mean? But everything else was basically weed. Like, I used up my whole SSI check in like the first 3 weeks of the month. Just spend it on weed and just smoke my life away. And I'm talking about bum dude status, okay? Like, I was smoking too much. Some people might be like, oh, there's never enough to smoke. You know what I mean? Like, I had too much. I was smoking to the point where I was getting myself lightheaded. Okay, like, I'm talking about like I would just keep smoking. And I know I sounds like I'm on repeat, but like, I'm trying to emphasize like how bad it was. And I feel like it wasn't even like an addiction. It wasn't. It kind of was. I'm not gonna front. It kind of was, but it was more like not even a need. It was more like because I was bored. Okay, Like, I was just smoking my life away. And I had plans to go to college, but the way I saw it was, oh, if I spend my money on this, then I won't be able to smoke as much as I want. So I basically ruined my life of going to college. I know I'm still young. I'm turning 23 this year. I do plan on going to college when I do find a place, because, money is tight, and, times are tough right now. I have to find a place right now. But I don't want to, make you guys feel like, oh, I feel bad for him. Like, don't feel bad for me. Yeah, I kept like procrastinating on things I needed to do. Like, for example, I would rather, spend my money to smoke than pay my phone bill, kind of thing. Like, it was bad, man. Like, I wasn't even a stoner at that point. It's stupid, man. Like, it can easily ruin your life. I lost so many friends, mainly because I didn't want to stay in contact with them, if they didn't smoke. And that's very wrong of me. I ruined a lot of friendships like that. I would get easily petty because they didn't want, to smoke with me, or like look out for me to smoke. Like, if I'd be like, hey, I'll pay you back, blah blah, bum dude status kind of thing. I would, if I did get lending money, I would always pay it back, but I would kind of be petty about it, because it's like, damn, I gotta pay him back or this person back, and I can't use that money for weed. Alright, okay. And the final straw, when I realized I was going down the wrong path, was because of these two nice cops. Yeah, that's right. I got caught. Caught smoking weed. Worst smoker's nightmare, right? Now, let me tell you the story. Story time. Alright, anyways. So, I'm not blaming it on my brother, okay? This was all me. But I kind of did, I did warn him. But, okay, let me just get into the story. So one day, I don't remember what month or what year, I believe it was like 2018, 2017, 2018. So just a couple years ago. I had went out and bought a bong the same day I got caught. Okay, remember that. I bought about a 3 to 4 foot bong. Right? And man, was it beautiful. It was beautiful. It was like twice as big as a 2-liter. And it was green. And I called it the Hulk. I know. Kind of a silly name for a bong. I mean, who names bongs, right? Yeah, that was me. So I had a bong and a couple bowls. Okay? We had bought about, I'd say, a half ounce. Yeah, about a half ounce, I'd say. And at the time, we would smoke outside, like I'm doing now. We would smoke outside sometimes, just for the fun of it. And so there was this community laundry room, right? And it was like an outside laundry room. Like, you would have to leave. Like, in this place, like this neighborhood, you didn't have a laundry room inside your house. Like, you had to share it, right? And it was an outside laundry room, a small room, like the size of like a bedroom, like your average size bedroom, but it was just full of washers and dryers, right? And we would usually smoke there. And I asked my brother, hey, let's smoke over here. And it was around Christmas time, so people had their Christmas lights up. And my brother was like, no, man, I want to smoke under the Christmas lights. And, I tried to reason with him, like, hey, man, let's just, at least, go roll up in the washer and stuff like that, and then go over there and smoke. And I don't know. I tried to reason with him, couldn't get through to him. So I myself just agreed with it, just went along with it. I had bought the weed, you know what I mean? Like, I'm not blaming my brother, okay? I'm not. Because how would we know the cops would show up? It's not his fault. But anyways, it's kind of common sense. I mean, don't smoke under someone else's Christmas lights right in front of their house. Yeah, yeah, we did that. Just smoked in a random person's front yard under their Christmas lights. Kind of stupid, right? That's what I said. But at the same time, I was kind of down for it because I'm like, hey, that's a vibe. You know what I mean? We didn't have Christmas lights, because I would always spend my money on weed and not anything festive. Not anything important, that is. So we smoked under the Christmas lights. About 10 minutes later, I hear a walkie-talkie. And by then it was too late. I tried to throw the weed in the bushes right by us. And at first they didn't notice. But then they started like looking because they didn't believe us that we only had a little bit. They didn't believe us on how much paraphernalia we had. We had a grinder, a bowl, a bong, couple blunt wraps, stuff like that. And basically we got caught. Yeah, we got caught. Yeah. But these cops were so nice. They were so nice, man. And they, instead of arresting us, writing us tickets, all the 9 yards. You know what I mean? Instead, they said, "Look, we'll let you off with a warning. We just have to take everything." And in my head, I'm like, you know what? That's best case scenario. So we didn't go to jail. We didn't get tickets. We didn't have a court order, like a court date or anything like that. We didn't have to pay a fine. So, in a sense, that was best case scenario. Because it is Florida, It's not legal if you don't have your card. So if you do smoke, be sure to have your card. Be sure to have the medical card, okay? Because in times like that, it's going to really save you. For the most part, don't smoke and drive. Don't, just walk on the sidewalk smoking, you know what I mean? Yeah, I get it, I'm smoking, but like I said, be sure you have your card, okay? And that, honestly, that right there gave me a reality check. That I have to be smarter if I want to smoke. And it kind of made me realize that, you know, smoking's not that cool, man, because I was in a big phase where it's like my whole life was, you know, circled around weed. You know, I woke up smoking before I would brush my teeth, smoke right after I brush my teeth, smoke after I ate, or smoke before and after I ate. You know what I mean? Like, I would smoke watching YouTube, Netflix, you know what I mean? Like, this, that, and the third. Like, if I went like an hour without smoking, I got easily agitated for some weird reason. You know, it would be like, damn, I wish I could smoke. And there was these days where I would go without, weeks I would go without. And I just remember just counting down the days of my SSI check to go out and buy weed. Like, it was bad, man. Like, I didn't look forward to anything but smoking. And if you're like that, man, you really need to change your life, because, yeah, if you don't get caught, you know what I mean, it's gonna ruin your life. You know what I mean? Because, you know, God forbid, you know, if something bad happens and you don't got money, you know what I mean? Like, for example, like my situation, when you need to find a place but you're all about smoking weed and you don't got money to save up and go find a place or pay rent, you know what I mean? Because, like, you know, at a time, you know, like there was a few months I remember where I would argue with my parents, you know, about paying rent back in the day because I only wanted to smoke. You know what I mean? And that's bad, man. You can't just, you can't let, you know, a drug or alcohol or, you know, whatever your habit is, you know, affect your life negatively. And I didn't realize how negatively it was affecting my life. So now I manage how much I smoke. I manage how often I smoke. I only smoke when necessary. Like, for example, I have this second, you know, J about to spark up, and I'm not gonna lie to you, it's unnecessary. I shouldn't spark it up, okay, because I don't need it. I don't have any eye strain right now because I was just smoking. But I'm gonna do it for the vlog, well, for the podcast, so we can smoke and talk. So hold on. Yeah, man, it's really unnecessary to over smoke, because honestly there's no point of it. You know, you're not gonna get any higher. You know what I mean? You're not gonna get like the first high you ever got if you smoke like way more. You're not gonna get higher. Okay? Man, if you're looking for like a good high, honestly, just get like a dab cart or like something like that. But like I said, the more you smoke doesn't mean you get higher. You know what I mean? You don't get more high the more you smoke. It like that's what I kept trying to do. I kept trying to get that first high that I ever got. And I kept smoking and smoking and smoking. And I never got the high. I never got that, you know what I mean, that first smoker's high. And, you know, I realized it's pointless. You know what I mean? Smoke if you need it. Smoke when you want. Yeah, I get it. It's fun. But at least be careful. You know what I mean? If you're going to smoke when you want, at least be careful. I can't emphasize enough that I don't condone smoking. I don't want to persuade you guys to smoke. If anything, I guys want you to aspire to what you guys want to do. I want you guys to go do what you guys want to do. Like this podcast, that's what I want to do. Now, if you love weed, now if I'm talking about if you want your life to be revolved around weed, then the best thing to do is try to get a dispensary job or like grow your own in a legal state, and just do that. You know what I mean? Because if you don't see a problem with over smoking, then at least do it cautious. If you're gonna make sure that every day you think about weed, if you're gonna make sure that you did what I did, just wake up smoking, go to sleep smoking, like I'm talking about almost no breaks in between, I'm talking about keeping that buzz all day, then at least try to get a dispensary job or somewhere in that kind of line of work, because you're not going to get anywhere if you're just staying home all day smoking. Because that's what I did. I wasn't even working. I didn't even want to look for work, because that, to me, in my mind, in my weird mentality, I would be like, okay, if I go to work, yeah, that'll be more money for weed, but that'll give me less time to smoke weed. Okay, I don't know why I thought like that. Okay, I was so focused on smoking, and it was ruining my life. I got a reality check by almost getting caught. Okay, and I'm pretty sure people got caught. Some of you guys probably got caught, and you guys probably didn't learn your lesson. You know what I mean? I learned my lesson, and I didn't even go to jail. It's not that I'm scared to go to jail. It's just that, I realized that over smoking and smoking too much and just smoking unnecessarily, it's not the best, well, in my opinion, not the best way to live. And so, fast forward a few years. Well, actually, let's take it back a few steps. So in about 2018, so actually September 21st, which was yesterday, it's September 22nd today, early in the morning, like I said, it's like 1 o'clock a.m., so it's 22nd technically. So the 21st was 3 years, and marked 3 years consecutively that I've been with my girlfriend. And honestly, if it wasn't for her, I would either be A, locked up because of smoking, B, being a bum because, I didn't aspire to do anything in life. I was doing so good in high school, man. I was doing amazing in high school. And I did apply to colleges. I did get accepted to one. I just never went. I'm talking about, I was doing I did a couple college classes in high school. Technically, it was electives. So it wasn't necessarily oh yeah, I did a college class. You know what I mean? It was a college class elective, a class you didn't need, but it would look good on paper type of thing. Yeah, man. Because of weed, I didn't go to college. I can honestly say that. And it wasn't exactly weed. It was my mentality with weed. Okay? Weed isn't bad itself. Like I said, it can easily ruin your life as easily as it can help it. I personally wish I can turn the clock They always say, woulda, coulda, shoulda, but you didn't. I don't want to regret not going to college. I don't want to regret smoking too much because, yeah, it helps me, but, if I'm going to smoke, I'm going to make sure that I do it with a purpose. And that's what I want you guys to do. If you're going to smoke, do it with a purpose. Don't do it because, it's cool. It's not that cool, man. It's not. You know what I mean? Like I said before, doing what you love is cool. And if smoking is what you love, then find a way to make a living off of it. Don't go selling weed, okay? Don't. You'll get caught up, okay? If you're going to sell weed, make sure you do it legally, in a dispensary, or grow your own, and, because I know in a legal state, if you grow your own, a lot of the dispensaries will actually buy either your plants or your bud, but you have to prove, this, that, and the third. But hey, yeah, it's a process, but guess what? You're doing it safely. You're doing it cautiously. And that's what matters the most. I don't want you guys to feel like you have to smoke if you don't need it. I don't want you guys to feel like, hey, yeah, weed is the best drug because it never killed anyone. Come on, guys, I'm pretty sure people have died over weed, whether, drug deal gone bad, or, petty reasons, or, someone got robbed, and you know what I mean? It just went, like I said, went bad, it's not worth it. It's not. If you're gonna just do it, you know what I mean? Just for fun, it's not worth it, man. For example, if you're not, how can I say it without being mean? If you're not in the right mindset, don't even pick it up. If you know yourself, your mentality isn't the best suited, especially when you smoke and get high, then honestly, man, you gotta pick up another hobby. I'm not trying to offend anybody. I'm really not. I'm really just trying to, give my opinion. Like I said, this podcast, it's gonna be a freely open opinion-based, topics. And I want you guys also comment your opinions, okay? Do you agree with me or disagree? And please, if you disagree, I would love to hear your comments, because my personal belief is do it only if you need it, and if you guys feel hey, yeah, you can't tell people what to do, I'm not trying to tell you what to do. I can only give a recommendation on, why you should only do it when you need it, or when, I guess you could say, you're right in the head. I don't want you guys to feel like weed is such a harmful drug, or weed is the best drug. Because it's really on the fence, because, yeah, it's legal most places, but, just because it's legal, does that mean you should do it? You know what I mean? Drinking is bad, but they'll also say, a glass of wine a day is okay. You know what I mean? But drinking too much, you know what I mean? Crap happens. You know what I mean? And, yeah. So, that's gonna pretty much wrap it up. Yeah, I got caught smoking weed under Christmas lights. And, I do have a few more, almost caught stories. I can do, an almost caught story, couple stories, in the next, podcast. And, that was also an eye-opener on why I shouldn't smoke too much, because I don't know, man. Like, I feel like if I didn't smoke too much, I'd probably be on the right path right now and wouldn't be struggling. Like, it's not like I can't pay my rent kind of thing. Like, I really can. But there's a lot of family drama, and it's not because of weed. So that's a good thing. It's just I moved out for so long, and when I got a kid, they wanted me to basically, come back so they can spend time with the baby. And then, they realized that, they don't exactly want to be around the baby. So, it's not like, oh, my family's like garbage, yeah, it's all right. I'm the way they put it, I'm grown and I should be able to find my own place. And I kind of agree, but they're not exactly giving me time to save up, or like, because I was working, but I can't do full time, and that's what the job wanted. They wanted full time. I can only do part time because of SSI. But yeah, that's gonna wrap it up. I'll see you in the 4th episode. I hope. I hope you guys can keep watching. But yeah, I'll see you guys in the 4th episode. I'm gonna head inside, catch some Z's. But yeah, it's been Jay with a J. I hope you guys have a great night.